Hello and welcome to Origin of Concepts. In this episode, we will take a look at where the Egyptians found the inspiration for the famous and mysterious Ankh. The symbol is also known as the key of life, or more correctly, the breath of life. Okay, let's dig into it. The Egyptian Ankh symbol represent the breath of life, the immortal spirit that is literally blown out and manifests in all living and dead. The Ankh should not be interpreted as a symbol of reincarnation. The Egyptians doesn't believe in that. So now you know. Okay, and it's no secret that the Ankh can be found in the Milky Way. So let's have a look at the picture, the Milky Way center. Okay, before we start with the details, the breath of life comes from the great mouth in the Milky Way center. Let me draw that for you. I'll get the right color here. First of all, we have the great mouth here. And from the center of the mouth, here, we got the disc and the spirit with this breath out here by the striped shadow. So this is the origin of all the breathing. Breathe life into something, or speak life into something, or give birth, or whatever. It's coming out of the great mouth. Or it could also be the big nose in the Milky Way here. The nostrils. It could be of a human or a bull or any animal. But the Milky Way is also a great big nose, exhaling the air. Or you can breathe life into something by breathing into the nostrils. Okay, let's get going to the Ankh. The Ankh is composed by a teardrop-shaped loop, which is represented by the area surrounding the disc. So here you got the teardrop shape. And here we got the outline of the teardrop shape, also known as the cosmic womb. I bet you heard that before somewhere. And then we got the vertical bar, which is visualized by the striped shadow emerging from the disc. And this is the breath, as I displayed before. Here you got the breath. And this striped shadow also represents the jet pillar and the backbone of Osiris. The horizontal bar is visualized by the two shadows on each side of the disc, representing the mother and father spirit merging together and manifest as the disc light, or life in this case. They're supposed to be like here somewhere and here. But it's actually those shadows here. The two shadows on each side of the disc in the center. And this is, of course, the mother, and this is the father. You can go see my introduction video to understand this concept, how the Milky Way is split up in mother and father parts. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, we can also use the analogy of two rivers running together in the Nile Delta and creating life, because it's used in many other myths. Okay. And of course, the horizontal bar completes the ANKH symbol, pointing out the crossing point between life and afterlife, exactly where the shadows are crossing over the disk in the Milky Way center. So here we got the shadows crossing, and in the middle we got the disk light, the spirit. All right. Let me draw the ANKH again. Here and here. So here we got the ANKH. And of course, with the two shadows here as the horizontal bar in the imagination. Because the breath of life was also used in the temples and tomb art, where deities often show holding the ANKH to the nose or lips of the pharaoh, as an act granting the breath of life and eternal existence. Because you can breathe out, and create something, but you can also breathe in and take it all back, so the life comes to the afterlife, or the spirit goes to the afterlife. It goes both ways. Okay, and then we got now I'll remove the horizontals here, because we also got the tyet or chet, the knot or girdle of Isis, which is heavy related to the ANKH symbol. And the symbol of chet, is pretty much the same, except from the horizontal bars are going down like this. You can see the picture here at the bottom. And let me see here. The tyet or chet symbol is also the ANKH, with the horizontal arms placed downward to represent the female posture of Isis. And when it's horizontal like this, it's the mother and the father, and when it's down, it's only the mother Isis. And Isis is, of course, let me get another color here, the silvery shadow with the female posture here to the right of the disk. You can also see that in my introduction video to the Milky Way to understand this. So, let me see. Yeah, and of course I'll go into the whole Isis aspect in another video. And then we got the sandal strap theory. You know that the ANKH is a sandal strap. And it actually is. Because the ANKH in the word ANKH refers to a sandal, which is highly related to the ANKH symbol. But this is a story that belongs to the pharaoh sandal, which I'll make a video about too. So, but it's connected very much. Okay, I think that's all, folks. Now you know the origin of the ANKH symbol, the famous and mysterious ANKH. If you like my videos, give a thumbs up. If not, tell me to blow myself out of the mouth. Until next video, take care. Bye.